Okay, so in today's video, we're gonna talk about hair replacement and keeping your client's hair looking its best from visit to visit. So when it comes to extension hair is gonna break down in a couple of ways. When the client comes in after they've worn their hair for their first initial installation, which should be 4 to 8 weeks, depending on which way you decide to service them, you need to take a look at their wefts and see how they're caring for their hair. So after the first initial visit, you can see some telltale signs of the hair and how they're caring for it. If they're using the right products, if they're brushing properly, because the hair is actually gonna start to break down. So for us at the salon with blondes, we typically recommend that the hair lasts 4 to 6 months. And with other dark-haired clients, it can last up to, I would say, probably 6 to 9 months. I wouldn't go push it any further than that. So when it comes to clients coming in, we're gonna take a look at their hair. When we take their wefts out, we're gonna inspect it in a couple ways. One, we're gonna take a look at the top of their weft to see how that's looking. And two, we're gonna take a look at the bottom of the hair. And then of course, we're gonna look at the color and see if it needs to be replenished, toned, or re-rooted. When it comes to the extensions and the hair breaking down, the actual hand-tied stitching will become loose and it will actually look almost like it's starting to kind of come apart. So hand-tied hair does break down in that way. And then when it comes to hair at the bottom, the hair becomes brittle and it actually starts to break off. So they're gonna start losing some of their length. It's inevitable. It's the way the extension hair is processed. It's brittle, it's fragile. That's why sending your clients home with the proper products is super crucial for a long-lasting wear, and making sure that they're using the proper products is going to save your butt and it's gonna save their extension hair. So if you notice that some of their hair is starting to break down, instead of waiting for the client to have to purchase a whole initial new batch of hair, we recommend actually swapping out piece by piece. So this is actually gonna restore the length, and it's actually going to make the client's hair look fresher, and it's gonna be more friendly on their pocket. So they're not, splurging on a whole new batch of hair. So here at Opulent Beauty, we charge per piece, anywhere from, depending on length and color, anywhere from $85 to $130 per weft. As you know, we stack these, so a client can have anywhere from 4 to 16 pieces, depending on how many rows and length and density that they have. So we will swap out just, I would say, 3 to 4 pieces to do a client refresh. Now, what this is gonna do is it's going to just give the hair some life, and it's actually an amazing way to generate revenue while your clients are coming in visit by visit. Some of the things that I recommend doing is definitely having hair on hand, so you can actually provide this service, so it's so much easier for your clients. This way they don't have to wait, and then that way if they do come in and you notice that they really do need a client hair refresh, that you are available to do it so their hair is really looking its best. So having and starting your stock is a great idea. So this is what obviously a new piece looks like. Nice and fresh and shiny. The ends are nice and thick. Now, when it comes to swapping out hair, I always put the new pieces on the bottom. One, you're gonna get the most length from here to here, so you're gonna get the best length adjustment. Two, when the hair is on the bottom and a client comes in, I know exactly where their new hair is. So it's not me guessing and going through each row and each actual stitched weft to try and figure out which pieces we replaced last time. So every single time I swap out pieces, I always put them at the very, very bottom, and then as they get new pieces, I kind of move them up. So I know that the freshest pieces in my client's hair is always the very, very bottom pieces underneath. And then as they get new pieces, I'll just kind of move them up, and then when this is on the top of the bottom row and they're getting more pieces, then I'll move this to the middle row. So that way we're continually just moving that hair up and it's kind of getting the best life that it can in your client's head. So that's how we actually refresh clients' hair with new pieces. I recommend doing this probably maybe like, depending on what you're doing, if you're gonna do a quick move up or if you're doing every 8 weeks and you're taking everything out and you're actually moving the client's hair up every 8 weeks, I would say probably every other move up. It really does make a huge difference, and then it just allows your clients to not have to make that huge investment on new hair. So if you guys have any questions on swapping out extension pieces and really making sure your client's hair looks its best always, feel free to comment below and we would love to answer any questions you might have.